wonderful shiny gems. How's it going? I hope you're enjoying your day. If you liked the video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are also on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. You can find it all in the down there. Just down there. All you have to do is click show more and it'll show you the links. Alright, let's get started. Hello, my wonderful shiny gems. How's it going? I hope your day is going well. Today we are doing Conan Exile's Geology of Games intro video. So we're going to discuss the map in general and the different biomes in general. We're not going to get into too specific detail, but I want to show you each of the biomes in a general overview. So that way, when we go into deeper videos for each biome, you'll know what to expect and see and whatnot. So let's get started. Alright guys, this is the entire map of Conan Exiles as of right now, today's date of 6/9/2019. I guarantee you it's probably going to go through some more changes considering they're still adding more stuff, but for now this is what the map looks like. In this upper right hand corner is basically where all the dungeons spawn you in. So you'll never really see, unless they decide to put it somewhere else or expand the map in some form, this open at all. It's just where the dungeons send you to. So if you enter a dungeon in this game, this is generally where you end up. Even if it doesn't show you, that's where you end up. Alright, so as you can see, let's go over this map in general. As you can see, there are several different biomes just by looking at it. So the first biome that we'll look at is the river biome. And it's right here. It kind of starts a little further inward, but that's okay. This is what I call the desert river biome. It's considered its own biome in Conan Exiles, mostly because we call it New River. And New River kind of ends basically right about here. But as you can see, the river itself continues all the way to this inlet sea thing. It's a sea. It's an inlet sea. So yeah, that's the river biome. Let's go take a look at it in game really quickly. Alright, and this is Noob River. It kind of goes that way. This is the start of it. As you can see, there's human savages, cannibals, really, if you must know. They're actual cannibals that live right here, right at the start of this little lake that goes into the river. It has to be fed through some sort of underwater aquifer spring, something like that. And the river continues all the way past there. You can see a lot of interesting vegetation. They remind me a lot of palm trees, which is funny, but because they don't give you coconuts. They remind me of coconut trees, to be honest, but I think they're just palm trees in general. They don't have coconuts on them. Anyways, we're gonna go to the middle of this biome really quickly and show you what that area looks like. So BRBs. Alright, and now we're quite a ways away from where we were. Those are the sentinels. They're just sentinels. They're made out of sandstone. They've been carved out of sandstone. They've been standing there for who knows how long, to be honest. The river is littered with creatures and regular stone and vegetation. And the river, as I said before, kind of continues all the way through. Alright, let's go towards the end and show you that. Alright, now we're kind of, the new river kind of ends right over there, right where that thing is. And then it goes into the transition zone for the jungle, which is in that general direction, as you can see. Alright, and that's the river biome. Alright, so the next is the desert biome, which is pretty massive. It was meant to be most of the map in the first place, so it's pretty massive. And it actually has a little bit of desert biome here. I don't know why they don't consider it part of the desert biome, with the exception of the fact that you just spawn in here and you go straight to the river biome. That's my only guess as to why it's not added, but we will be discussing this area because this is like nothing but pure sediment. Loose sediment, so you'll see dunes and whatnot here. And then this area has more weather resistant sediment, so you'll see cliffs and whatnot just in this general area. But that's the desert biome. Let's go take a look at both sections here and here in game. Alright guys, this is the desert south of New River. As you can see, it's a ton of loose sediment just all around us. You got the buzzards because that's where you spawn in, one of the spots you spawn in. There's about 4 or 5 places you spawn in here in the south. But as you can see, for the most part, it's nothing but loose sediment. You go over there, that's New River and the desert north. And we're going to head over there. And here is the desert, or one of the areas of the desert, north of New River. As you can see, there's plenty of humanoid influence as well as animal influence and sparse vegetation. Well, like I said, we'll get in more detail when we do the actual episodes of each biome, with the river and desert probably being together. There. Now, in these desert and river biomes, the New River and desert biomes, there are sandstorms. So we'll be discussing those as well. Alright, we're going to go over to one more area of the desert and check it out. Alright, and this is basically the edge of the desert. It's the edge of the desert. That looks like a little cave that we might go into later. Not sure if you can, but it looks like you might be able to. But we are actually on the edge of the desert savanna boundary that's over here. You'll see that here in just a few minutes. But there's a town, little town just in that general direction. They made their buildings out of this sandstone material because that's basically what they have around. You can clearly see that there's still some bushes and trees and people. And that's the desert biome. Alright. The next biome is the savanna biome. There's actually 2 savannas. You have this savanna. It's a little bit of a, just a little savanna in the middle of the desert, basically. And then this savanna over here, way over here. It's actually quite massively large, in my opinion. But then again, at least it's better than this, just this tiny, just this here. It used to be just this for the savanna, and now we have an extra little savanna here. I don't know if they just added it in randomly, but we'll take a look at each of them. Let's go see what the savannas look like in game. Alright guys, this is the savanna. It has elephants, tigers, rhinos, 1 lion, not lioness, lion, and a watering hole that is probably filled by the underwater spring that's in here somewhere. The river, you can see the watery river kind of goes in both directions there. You can probably find the river over there as well. we went over there. But the savanna is basically blocked off by these sandstone ridges, and it just is this small little area. And of course, that sandstone block too. But that's what this first zone is, that tiny little savanna zone that I was talking about. This area also gets the sandstorms because it is technically part of the desert area and it's not protected by anything. All right, let's go check out the other savanna real quick. All right, we are in the northernmost part of the second savanna. Got some deer in here, or elk. Nope, deer. And it still continues pretty far north. As you can see, vegetation is again pretty sparse, but I love the trees. All right, this is pretty southern, the further south part of the savanna, or what they consider part of the savanna as well. Yeah, a couple of lakes, and then there's a town. It doesn't show it on the map that I showed you, but the town is part of the savanna deserty area. I'd say it's more, the town is more desert than savanna, but that's kind of up in the air. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it here in later videos, of course. And that is the savanna biome. All right, the unnamed city is this rusty city filled with sediment, rusted sediment, basically. I call it rust because the color is orange, and that means it has high iron oxidation going on. But it's considered its own biome, but I'm not sure it really is. It's just a city inside the desert that has a bunch of rust. Let's go take a real quick look at it though. And beforehand, this here should be added part of it because it's part of its wall. I don't actually know why there's a wall there, but it's part of a wall there. So let's go take a look at it real quick. Alright, this is the unnamed city. It's quite literally loose sediments. You can see a skeleton. Skelly, it's what I like to call them. Some other types of metals, we'll look at them later. But literally, it's just a city covered in sand, basically rusty sand. And that's the unnamed city. Like I said, not too sure it's technically a different biome, but we'll take a look at it as a separate video anyways, just to take a look at it type idea. All right, the next is the highlands. It's exactly like it sounds. It's the highlands. It's kind of foresty, wet. Reminds me a lot of Oregon, to be honest. This entire area is forest and lake and watery and whatnot. It's cold, but it's not too hot, not too cold. At least to my character, a lot of the times when we're playing in it. And it also has a city inside of it right here. This is a major city. It's about as big as my little pointer thingy. But this is a city. It's not friendly. So if you're playing this game, please don't go here until you're high enough level to go here. But anyways, let's go take a look at it in game really quickly, and so you can take a look-see about how it looks. Alright, and here's the highlands. You got it's kind of the snowy north over there, but you got the evergreen trees, the beautiful trees. Bears, wolves are expected here. This is the main lake, in case anybody cares. I tend to build. Where I build just depends on if there's somebody here or not, and what we're doing versus what they're doing type idea. But this is the main lake I build at, all around. But bears, wolves, evergreen trees, And the rain. Yes, Oregon. um, but yeah, this is the highlands north of the desert. And as you can see, the rocks are clearly different. They're gray in color. Let's get over here. See, gray in color. Has some yellow in it. Some yellowish gold coloring. And even the general rocks that you would break and whatnot are different colored. They did a really good job in this game, I gotta say, for changing this, for each biome being different colors and whatnot. Let's go check out that city. Alright, and here we are at the city. It's a pretty nice city, to be honest. I like it a lot. I wish I could live here, but I can't. They are evil people. And by evil, I mean they just attack you because you walk up, they'll just attack you. You got a wolf den and a lake right there. This place is not affected by the sandstorms, but it is clearly affected by the weather, by rain. And that's the highlands biome. Alright, and then we have the tundra. Not too sure why it's called the tundra. Every time I think of a tundra, it's different than this, but I did look it up. It is technically a tundra, so and right here, where this kind of lake is, where this lake is where the major city of the tundra is. But this is the tundra. Let's go take a look at it in game really quickly. It is going to be a separate video as well, but let's go take a real quick look at it. All right, guys, this is the tundra. It's got pretty good vegetation, but as you can see, the vegetation is either almost dead or dying in some form. This here is the main city of the tundra. Can't exactly remember what it was called. I even forgot there was an actual major city here until I came here, so sorry about that. The tundra area is kind of small. And that's the tundra. Alright. The frozen north. Think glaciers, snow, ice, everything to do with the cold. And of course we have a town or two in here as well as a Frost Temple and a Black Keep and whatnot. But yeah, this is the frozen north. It's really technically on top. So if you think about a volcano or even a large mountain, it kind of goes up in elevation, and down below it might not be so frozen. It could be like tundra highlandy type, and then it goes up, and then you got these glaciers and ice and snow mix and whatnot. That's basically what this entire area is. And then you hit the volcano, which we'll take a look here in a minute. But let's go take a look in game at the frozen north. There's several different areas. You have this area, which is just nothing but snow and ice. But then over here you got frozen lakes, ice as well, but cliffs that you can see and whatnot. So let's go take a quick look. All right, and this is the frozen north, one of the areas of the frozen north. You can see the volcanic lava coming down over there. This is the Islet Lake and forest area of it. It's pretty dead forest, to be honest. But as you can see, the mountains have changed their colors again. These look a lot like ice rock, basically. Rock with ice, or basically it looks like the sandstone with a different shade of gray and clear ice, because you can see through it. And it has cracks in it. There's a reason for that. we'll get into it in more detail at a different video. Humanoids. Can't call them humans, but they are humanoids. They're orcs or whatever. Clearly this is a little forest. Has very snow-covered trees. And whatnot. And then you got saber-tooth. Wolves are here, saber-tooths, mammoths, deer, elk. Let's go check out some other areas of the frozen north. You can see that unlike most of the area that we've been looking at, it was kind of more interesting to look at. This is more of a flat, almost again deserty type frozen north here. You got a dragon. That's what those are called, dragons. But at the same time, it's clearly not. You got mountains, peaks, and whatnot. But there's no vegetation here. There's no creatures except for that thing, which isn't really technically a creature. And that's the frozen north. Alright, and then of course we have the volcano biome. It's a very active volcano. We'll take a look at it here in just a minute, but at all these little reddish orange spots here is lava because it's outside over out of the sediment and whatnot, it's above ground. There we go. It's above ground, so it's considered lava. If it's below ground, it's considered magma. So lava, magma. It's hot. It kills you instantly. Don't touch it. And there's actually an area in here that has poisonous gases for you as well. So that's kind of a neat little added thing that they did. But let's go check it out and see what you think. It's gonna be a neat little biome to go over. Alright, we are in the volcano. As you can see, there's a ton of lava, probably some magma underneath as well. We have the blackened stone. This here, this blue stuff, is obsidian. So we'll be definitely getting into that in later videos as well. You got dead trees and humanoid creatures. Some of them are humans because you got a city kind of red over there. Reality speaking, you'd probably not see a city inside a volcano that's this active. Mostly because of the gases and the fact that it's a volcano. That's super active. It actually, you don't ever actually see this, but it explodes and then you hear it. It does. It's kind of explosive. Ooh, look! You can see a rock go down the sliding of the volcano, of the lava. Don't touch the lava. It does kill you in game and in real life. So please be smart. Alright, and that's the volcano biome. The last biome is the jungle biome. Now, the jungle biome has this transition zone, which is why New River kind of stops right about here. But it's a huge transition zone right here, and then you have jungle. And this is the Inlet Sea. It is technically part of the jungle, but... and I don't know why they call it the Inlet Sea. Don't ask. I'm not sure as to why. We might discover why as we go through the geology of it. But this is where the new dungeon that they just put in is at. It's the underwater something or another. We might go see that. I'm not too sure if we'll actually do underwater parts of, especially here, geology, oceanology basically. But yeah, And as you can see, here's the river. It continues all the way down here through to about here. But because the monsters get harder this way, New River kind of ends right about here. But that's the jungle. The jungle. Let's go check out the transition zone and then the jungle really quickly. Alright guys, this is the transition zone for the jungle, desert to jungle. It's pretty interesting in the fact that it just transitions. It's a transitional zone. Goes from like the palm trees to these other trees over here. They're not the evergreen trees, they're that's a weird branch. Did they forget to cut foliage you? And then it goes straight into the jungle. These are kind of, think of it as a tropical jungle. Has tree canopies. What you'd normally expect to find in here: panthers, leopards, these very, very large birds. They're kind of like parrots. Think of them as parrots. Of course, you got what we saw in the frozen north. This type of building, humanoid influence, basically. This is the transition zone. Let's go deeper into the jungle real quick. All right, and now we're kind of deeper into the jungle. You still got the palm trees. It's almost like they couldn't figure out another tree to put here. But then you got these intricate roots and tree branches that kind of just go everywhere in this jungle-y area. You'll also find apes in here. We'll go check out the temple that's in here as well real quick to show you the human influence. I should say it's the Forgotten City, to be honest, but I call it a temple. So call it whatever you want. It's still technically part of the jungle. Has gorillas, apes. But this is the jungle. It's very large, very massive. Let's go check out the sea now. Alright, and this is the inlet sea, or part of it at least. That general direction has some humanoids. Same with that general direction, but this is the sea. Has some nice sandy beaches with cliffs. Reminds me a lot of Oregon, to be honest. Again. Alright, and that is the jungle biome. Okay, so those were the different biomes that we'll be taking a look at in the next coming weeks. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget, stay shiny! And I'll see you guys next time.